Barnett, who came and took the report and would not take a report of the post office withholding mail, which is a felony.
Do an investigation for my phone, like I never forget. And I never got the call from the FBI, and that was the October of 2020.
Okay.
So I wanted to know the status of that, and then when I reported to you that the post office was depriving me of my right to mail and went on holds, because my sister wouldn't give me the mail, and I reported that to the police, and they covered for it. It's a felony crime to sabotage mail, and a whole post office doing it. Whatever happened with that? I don't know. You wouldn't let me do the report and had me leave when I showed you the 4 holes that the post office refused to honor. That's a felony crime that post office was committing.
I also mailed that information to the FBI
as well
and was
as my
ignored.
sister, and nothing was done both times. I had written all over the United States to a multitude. I did this huge campaign because I couldn't get law enforcement. I bought a copier and I copied papers and wrote all over the United States. A lot of people. I spent a lot of money on stamps, envelopes, and I didn't get any mail from that address. None.
Do you have a case number?
I don't have a case number, but I spoke to you those 2 times. You wouldn't give me the case number for the the post office committing that crime on keys. But as for the case number,
I reported her to Internal Affairs.
Case number for when you came out to the tent area. But today I'm calling because I reported to Internal Affairs these helicopters.
You what?
Reported to Internal Affairs these helicopters.
That's
I
gang
get gang
stalking
stalking. I'm
that people
deprived of
believe.
law enforcement to an extreme. And if someone's using helicopters to gang stalk me, so I'm kind of curious on where these helicopters are coming from.
After this upload, it stopped.
If there's helicopters, they're probably just working.
What are the helicopters doing in my area? Working?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what they would be doing because I get gang stalked. Someone that's not mentally stable is allowed to control the government.
They fly around everywhere, sweetheart.
So helicopters now fly around all environments.
Yeah, they do. If police officers request them to their area, they'll fly around.
Well, see, I have a problem with a lot of police corruption. So I don't want police stalking me for using helicopters, abusing power, using helicopters like they did when I was at Salvation Army. There was a police that had flashlights shining on the environment that I was in when I was fleeing from abuse that involved them.
So what happened at the Salvation Army, I reported it, and it was terrifying. So they lost me because I lied about everything, the strange, bizarre experience, and then the lady said that they were looking for me. But I had a disguise on, and I took it off. So that let me know that my environments are being controlled and bribed. Okay, so I knew something was peculiar. So I immediately, as soon as I got there, took the wig off, changed clothes immediately, and lied about everything you could possibly lie about. They tried to pick me, but I lied. Do you have kids? No. How old are you? I'm 22. Or something more realistic. So they said, okay, well, they're looking for this girl. It was me. And I heard the helicopter start shining on the ground, but now they don't lose me. That's why I'm heavily stalked. Someone saying that they can't get mail. I'm reporting postal crimes here.
So you've been trespassed in multiple places?
Well, because out of corruption, I was telling you
He gave me a criminal trespass that time.
I just got here.
The police used to come and terrorize personally.
Okay.
I was being harassed, and they needed to give me a criminal
They
trespass.
definitely weren't postal police. I don't know what's going on here. This is getting pretty weird.
Pretty weird?
Yeah, pretty weird. So I can kind of imagine where this is going to go.
He gave me a criminal trespass.
Well, I reported to her that I did 2 certified letters they never got. Okay? There was something
That you
going
were to receive or that you sent?
that I sent. I was explaining that.
Let's get down here some
He wants to
that's
get away
fine.
from witnesses.
I got to stay in the, I was with someone. I waited on my right.
We're taking away
And then they handcuffed me and hauled me off.
Here. Okay.
I don't care where we go.
Oh, okay. Away from the door. So, I had 2 certified letters that I mailed
Receipt that you mailed.
to mail, and they never got them, and the post office wouldn't give me a refund.
So I sent the certified letters were for the Department of Justice. And then they charged me, I paid $70. They defrauded me out of funds I wasn't recording. And then they didn't get it. And then they wouldn't reimburse me the $70. Put 4 holes at the Keys location.
I'm sorry, say that again.
4 holes on the mail for the mail.
They were playing games, deliberately defrauding me of
Right,
funds.
4 holes. They would not honor them, period. Then the people that had the address that my mail was going through, I got a really wealthy abuser that's very powerful. They're terrified to give me my mail because he told them not to. Okay, so I called the police on them, and the police covered for it. This has been going on 2 years that I can't
That
get out.
was 2 years.
Yes, I called Dallas
This
police. They
was
covered for it. I went to four
2
times at
years,
the
so
post
that's
office.
2018 since the false
They
arrest.
wouldn't do a report. It's a felony. It's a crime. You can't withhold someone's mail.
It's 2025, and I still
Post
don't get my
office,
mail.
though. Post office held it.
With post office and regular people in the police
Nonetheless, they
department
gave me a
can
criminal
report for it.
trespass. He told the lady to give me a criminal trespass.
So what you do is you guys criminals just come on. I don't know how you're doing it if you're real police.
I didn't
That's
know
why
what
they
was
can never find the
happening.
police reports.
I thought that my abuser was sending out these fake police because I couldn't fathom that someone would be able to run the government. So I thought that, the integrity that people lacked was because he was controlling them. And he was sending out maybe fake police or having people impersonate police. When I found that indeed the government was behind it, COVID happened. I realized that actually the government was crooked and deliberately railroading me, targeting me, and violating me. Immediately when I found that out, got that realization, I was ready to go on a campaign, and because I didn't know exactly how it was happening, but COVID shut it all down.
Criminals, and I don't. It's not a real criminal trespass. You're covered
So
for
watch,
crime.
he's telling her to give me a criminal
By
trespass
trying to write a criminal trespass, this is going to be the one of the 400
for trying to report postal
recording
crimes.
of this same kind of abuse.
Ma'am, you've been asked to leave. If you've been in contact with the postal inspector, the feds, they're who you need to reach back out to as far as any dispute, or any type of crime associated with the mail.
Right. So I don't think you're really police, and they're going to get to the bottom of why these criminals keep coming up, intervening, and me progressing. That's pretty big to cover up for 3 felonies.
Okay, well, they've asked you to leave the property. You need to leave the property.
Well, Riley, you don't really work here, so that's a
I've done
felony on
this
your
huge
part.
campaign and can't get my mail. I'm furious.
Will convince you that we do work here.
These handcuffs will
Okay, well, you
convince
don't
you
need
that
to
we work
intimidate
here.
because 3 crimes are being committed. I need to experience this every day. I need you guys to start going to jail. You don't bully someone because you're committing
telling her to
crimes
give
and
me the
enforce
criminal
criminal
trespass.
offenses.
Because I want my mail.
And then trying to intimidate me with a criminal trespass for wanting my damn mail. Why are they still free? I'm not criminal trespass. I've already had a research. You guys.
So nonetheless, I still don't get my mail to this day. Look at the date. I wasn't really sure of what was happening.
Here that I have had missing mail for over a year, and he's covering for it and won't give me the address. I asked him for the address to go to. Steve won't tell me.
I went randomly to this post office because I didn't know how they were doing it.
Locations, and they keep covering for the federal offense, the felony. So they keep calling the police on me when I have a felony being committed up against me. Someone has these.
So notice
thinking that they
these,
can call the police and cover
because I know that it's an incredible story, but gang stalking is a crime and you have to hide it. Notice in these videos, like at the stores and different environments, these interruptions. If someone is calling the police and someone's shooting a live video and it's multiple different other postal workers, don't you think you can go to someone else? If someone is about to go to jail in front of you and they're having interaction and the police is being called, why would you interrupt that? In how many videos will that happen before something is done? Notice that pattern. So I'm in restaurants talking to the police and people are doing strange things, trying to interrupt conversations like in Richardson on camera footage. What they'll do is they'll like jerk their body and try to distract me. And I have an email right now saying that they will jerk and kick, and when they're done with you, you'll feel like a soccer ball. I have an email right now. So they knowing that this isn't realistic and how it sounds reporting this, they milk it and use it as a smear campaign. But I just find it highly peculiar in a lot of these videos. Madness is going on in front of you, and you're interrupting the conversation.
So I'm just reporting Steve because he knows that it's been over a year and I can't get my mail, and he's coming.
So I'm reporting a postal crime, and the
So
police
I
is being
wanted
called
to
on
get
me
into
at another
start
post
going to
office
jail.
that I went to randomly. He's telling her to wait.
Well,
The
good.
the
Maybe
police
they
is
can
being
help with my
called.
mail if we could have the postal police, because he wouldn't call the
She
police before,
can't
and
wait.
The whole post office has an interest in me not getting my mail. They shouldn't cover for big time criminals.
His name was Steve Hamlin.
Oh, he's lying and saying I'm disruptive.
So they slandered me and saying I'm being disruptive and for trying to report postal crimes. They do it in all my environments.
Young black woman has
I'm disruptive. He's lying. He don't want me to get my mail. It's big time corruption.
I think I may have spent like $300, not to mention the countless hours faxing, writing up things, detail. So The problem was I was getting on blogs at all these different locations. How do you interrupt that? We'll just monitor it illegally. So now what happens, like when I went to Austin Street, when I went to the FBI page, they banned me from the computer lab. When I went to our calling and got on the FBI page, they panicked and security came. So then now they're monitoring what I do at other locations. I got on the computer in Tyler and at Days Inn and did this long drawn out report. Then it froze, so I recorded it because it kept happening. When I expressed to my son in that video, if you people viewed it, that computers malfunction while I'm using it, he asked me why didn't I get find a location in Austin. I said every computer I use malfunctioned and I couldn't. So nonetheless, I know that wasn't realistic. So in Tyler, I recorded it how it malfunctioned and then showed it to the police. They covered for it. I went to a hotel and did this long drawn out tax return. It on a free site. It charged me. It glitched and charged me. I've been doing my taxes years on free sites. But I knew my life was peculiar. I was desperate for the tax return. So I paid for it anyway and it disappeared. I never got the tax return. So the IRS claims that they didn't give me the tax return because I needed to show them my ID. Like $3,000+. Okay, so I called the police at the location in Tyler where it glitched and the crime was being committed, charged me for a free tax return on the site. In addition to that, it glitched and I didn't get my tax return. It like froze. They covered for that. So then I went to City Square. They got tired of it. City Square said if I reported the crimes being committed on the computer, that would be banned. I said that that's not okay. City Square security, I said that's not okay. There's social security numbers in here, personal information, and you banning me for reporting crimes being committed. I did another long drawn out report and it glitched. So then I went to the library by the bridge. The library by the bridge, they got fed up and the police came. I was on the FBI page, CIA page, and this all happens on my phone too, everywhere I'm at. I never have gotten a response from all these countless reports. So the police came and I recorded them and then they fled the scene. But I know that you people wouldn't have believed that the police department came because I was on the computer. So I deleted the video, it was uploaded. Now you see this strange security guard in the libraries. The one that interrupted me with the conversation with SMI one card scam, the SMI one card scam. If someone is saying that everything that I get on malfunctions, it glitches, air fryers, that's not a realistic story. They milk it and frame me with mental illness. Let's say, for example, I am mentally ill. Why would you conspire and say that threats are okay? All these emails, all these calls. Why are people deflecting off that? All they want to do is monopolize off mental illness. So this is mail call.
He's denying me my mail.
At Austin Street. Look at the date.
My mail?
We're not doing mail call. 314. So they told me the whole time at Austin Street, I had things at the Northern District Court. I had things at the 255th District Court. They denied me all kind of services, let me get violated. I had multiple different false arrests, all kind of cases on me. I was trying to get housing progress. I had never been homeless before. It was terrifying. And since they didn't give me case management, I got on computers and did all this kind of advocacy for myself. They didn't give me one stitch of mail. I was going through identity theft, all kind of reports, and none of it was mail. I didn't get any of it. So I don't know if you saw this one.
Record it again. No mail pickup today again.
So they're telling me on when to come.
He slammed the door.
Look at the date. This isn't that, I have pen pal letters. I have all kind of insanity, extreme insanity going on, and they will not give me my mail.
But you don't want to mess with mail. So this is the second time I came for my mail. You got to be paid a lot of money to slam the door in somebody's face for getting their mail.
So they put me out for getting assaulted and then put me out multiple different times and they didn't know why they did it. Every time I put on makeup, it wasn't here and there. Every single time I was put out the bathroom, sometimes put out the shelter. They stole my clothes repeatedly over and over, as well as in multiple different other locations as well. So they gave me 16 days from shelter excluded me from shelter, and they said they didn't know why they did it.
Daryl is the one over the mill, and they said that he was throwing stuff away at the bridge. Not only did they tell me that on him.
So what I noticed, and then they gotten better, that they would have the same parties dropped off in these environments. So Daryl, that was over the mill at Austin Street, claimed that he worked also at the bridge where I wasn't getting my mail. So I had a debit card coming in that was really vital. They shut down mail call, so I couldn't get this debit card. And then, it wasn't easy. I had to travel on the bus and go through all kind of experiences. And then they said that Daryl threw other vital mail away because I didn't come there in enough time. But it wasn't really an extended amount of time. He was committing crimes with the mail. So if he works at Austin Street, why is he now all of a sudden at the bridge? Just multiple different people I see in different environments. Miranda from Salvation Army, I saw at Millwood where I was getting violated. I saw also this caseworker that from PNS, 2 people from PNS at Millwood. Someone came at me with a stick at Millwood, a patient, and then they blamed me for it and did not follow policy and protocol. I'd ask for coffee, they'd give everybody else their coffee, and then when it was time for me, walk off. That's how I was treated repeatedly over and over. I'm terrorized at these hospital stays. But if she's I witnessed me being violated at PNS shelter, how are you witnessing? She tried to hide. And the other party. I want you to know how petty they are. I know this takes a long time. So I asked for some goldfish. So the lady, the security from PNS shelter, ran in there, and then she went to go get the goldfish, and then said we don't have them, and gave me lace. But then the lady from PNS shelter, the security, tried to hide from me too, like Miranda. She said she don't work for PNS anymore. Just like the lady from Salvation Army, Linda, she don't witness me getting violated at Salvation Army, then also worked at JPS. At JPS also, it was 3 people I recognized. Someone that lied and said that she wasn't from Dallas Behavioral. Her name was Elizabeth. Then another party, a doctor from, what is it called? Hickory Trails, where my sister sent me on false pretenses. I was threatened there and punished. So that's that. I see familiar faces in these hospital stays. People that have threatened me outside of hospitals, I'm also mistreated in jail by them. At the sober living environment, these people saying that the sober living environment was weird. The AC kept going off. Someone came in, got in the bed with me and strangled me. The hot water wouldn't work. They told me when I was going to work, they told me my tire was flat. How would they know? Did they do it? That same party cursed me out because he demanded the rent payment that I had to pay. It was excessive, $400 for a sober living environment. I thought that was odd. It was like I was being defrauded out of funds. There was like 4 beds in 1 room, and you're charging me $400? They did. $450, I think. So they said that I need to give the $450 to the person of the organization. So he said, no, give it to me. I said, no. He told me to give them to him, and then he cursed me out. I was doing a report. I didn't want to stay there. It was infestation with bed bugs. It was extreme, and I wasn't accustomed to living like that. So it was very disturbing and traumatic. So nonetheless, I was trying to flee that environment. In all shelters in Dallas, I was banned. So I called the police and tried to report all these pathological lies keeping me from shelter. So as you can see, I want you to see this. I think that'll take a lot of time, but it's uploaded. So they came out and multiple different people interrupted my report to the police. This location also said that I can't call the police. It would charge her in a scam to keep me from reporting crimes. So each day I would come out, I would spend I'm an outdoors person and I like being outside. So they were so petty, I would go outside and read all the time. And it was my serenity. So it would be dog crap, loads of it in this one environment. Then this is an apartment complex. Someone came outside, a human being, you could tell, and you used number 2 outside up against the wall in the same area that I always sit. So I had to go put the chair out real far away from all the feces, just in this one isolated environment. So I called the police on the shelter.
What are you talking about?
I'm banned from the buses. Scan to keep me from using transit. Okay, so you weren't doing a police report? You're committing a crime right now, violating my civil rights? Sir? Are you trying to intimidate me, harass me? I heard that was up to 10 years on the FBI page. And it's worse when people with badges do it.
Let me tell you something. You're fixing to go to jail for staying in the street. You need to get
I'm trying to talk to you. I've been waiting a long time to do a police report, and I thought it was a crime for you to hinder evidence and violate civil rights, and you wouldn't write your name down.
This happens in jail. So this same sober living environment had this big, huge event. I told my daughter about it when I just was able to talk to her briefly. So I said that, yeah, for the holidays, they're having this big, huge event. They excluded me from it. Everyone was at the event. That they waited till all the food was, everybody else was called, and then she tried to lie and cover for it and say that everyone paid. She wanted me to pay $10 for one of these plates, and all the food was gone. So I said, and then I said, why would you have me pay and treat me like this? Then they closed the door in my face. This is a psychological abuse that the government wants people to put me through. It's deliberate. It's enforced in all my environments, including family. It's not an option to escape it. If someone is not compromised, they will enforce them to be compromised. They will contact them and enlist them as conspirators. If they are not okay with it, then they demand that they discontinue communication or end the friendship or relationship or whatever interaction we have. In almost all these environments, they play games with the AC and heat, and I'm addressing that even in jail and hospitals. Okay, I was railroaded to live in this sober living environment by inmates and our staff, fleeing into a serious domestic violence crisis, sober living environment with no drug addiction. So, mail issues.
The locations, they're so corrupt to where they deprive me of mail. All of them.
So these are text messages and my devices.
I'm letting her know that I'm Health and Human Services. This is critical mail from Health and Human Services and CPS. This is what I'm telling her. They claim that they sent mail out. She said they didn't give me mail for months, and that was critical. I was using the toll. They did not give me the mail for the toll, so the toll tried to charge me extra. I said I did not get that mail. So then withholding mail created chaos. Because since they withheld the mail for the toll, I couldn't pay it. And then when they finally gave me the toll mail, it was like a $25 extra charge, and they went ahead and credited me because I never got it.
All environments, all of them, including my own apartment. She's being dishonest and saying that she gave me the mail in September, but it was October. You get a lot of mail that's like a month ago, and it wasn't you that gave me the mail, it was your husband. So whoever's doing this is sadistic. So I'm waiting on this vital mail, and everybody else is getting their mail, and then I'm excluded. I go to Austin Street, get in line, everybody else is getting my mail. You don't have any. You don't have any. But I have wrote to housing authorities, everybody's denying me assistance, and I've done it on my own, and no mail, period. The housing authority says, I don't know, it's probably a pathological lie. All housing authorities now lie and con and say they don't give the mail to cover for the postal crimes. I find it highly peculiar. You'll let someone do this long, drawn-out application and you won't give her any evidence that she actually did the application? They won't. Just like whatever's going on with my child support payments, all of the letting me know what they're garnishing, letting me know anything that's going on with my payments, it all discontinued. Here's a computer malfunctioning. Just so you can see it, I'm looking through the things. I'm looking, trying to flee.
There's a lot of power to abuse. Let's see if it does.
It won't let me click on it. And open it up.
Was restarted, still manipulated to where I can't get in it. Let me try to press enter.
Like computers.
A horror movie that you've never seen before. That's repeatedly unaddressed.
Well, you have to understand that I got on blogs. They know with the C, I'm being gaslit and slandered. They know what kind of person I am, and for a kind of person like me, it would take a lot to hold me down. Look at what all I've done. I get blogs, computers, civil rights division. With my personality type, you have to go through an extreme to keep someone like me and force them into homelessness. I just had to leave. I couldn't use the computer. It was a waste of time. I expressed it to my son. He told me, even though he has my YouTube channel, everyone I come in contact with covers for crimes. Let's see how the search results go. It was just working. I just want you to see that someone is actually controlling my devices remotely. This is the time. I'm looking up bizarre CPS investigation. That's what they don't want you to see. And how that mail disappeared. Let's cut it off on the one. I don't want my abusers monitoring me to this level, if I had choices, which clearly I don't. Well, let me get another device since they shut the data off on this device. People, they make comments on why I have many devices. I'm wasting money. I can't use them. I have to.
If you don't report it and protect me and my daughter, that is criminal.
Based on your response to me, I can only come to one conclusion. You actually are not interested in solutions at all, because I just tried to give you some and you rejected them flat out by interrupting me, talking over me. And
ma'am, you're gaslighting me, ma'am, covering for crimes, which is criminal.
Abusive.
Because if you referred me over to a location that is not calling me back, and you're denying to protect my child and to report this abuse, that's a crime. And you flipping it back on me to cover for your criminal activity is not okay.
I told you from the beginning that this is an open investigation. We are going to do our due diligence and follow through and ensure child safety. I said that from the very beginning. The problem is that you refuse to accept anything
I don't want this to be abusive, ma'am. I'm at work, so I just want solutions. So let's get to the solutions.
So these scammers called and had
not cover up
interrupted
for
me
crimes, because if you refuse to report the abuse that you hear.
If you have an email address, I can send you some solutions by email. Maybe reading them will be better than hearing them. So if you have an email address, I can provide them for you.
Are you denying these services, ma'am? As a supervisor, I don't understand why the
She's giving me resources
was
to
covering
report
for
child
crimes,
abuse.
and I don't understand why you're covering for crimes to that, because that's criminal.
Your email address.
Are you covering for the child abuse, ma'am? That's a crime.
What is your email address?
I want to know, as a supervisor of CPS, and all this chaos is going on, how are you going to protect my daughter with multiple parties scheming? The police, she got hit. So what happened, ma'am? Multiple parties have threatened me and assaulted me, and it was set up. My daughter got hit.
I heard what you said.
I don't know why you would interrupt child abuse, ma'am. This is vital
She be a reporter.
that her safety could be a problem, and for you to interrupt that and sabotage that evidence, I don't understand why Child Protective Services would do that. So I need to communicate that she got hit, and she changes her story multiple times. She cried and had a meltdown, and the stepmom said that she was going to give her to CPS and give her away.
We have an address on file, so I don't need your email address. I'll just send this information.
I don't know why you would cover for these massive events, ma'am. That's criminal. So let me tell you what happened. I need to be able to report the child abuse, and I don't know why so many parties would prevent me from reporting child abuse all over the place. If you are trying to disconnect this call so you won't hear that my child safety is at risk, that's criminal.
Your child safety?
Yes, I'm trying to report to you that she got hit, and you're trying to disconnect this call. That's criminal.
I have it written down.
All right, you don't let me finish.
Investigation.
Okay, if you have it written down, tell me what happened.
Ma'am, I'm not required to do that. I am not.
If you're covering for my child's safety being at risk, and this is CPS, that's criminal.
I already told you there's an open investigation, and we will follow through.
I'm telling you why my daughter's safety is at risk, and you interrupted me to cover for it, ma'am. That's criminal.
In the middle of a child abuse report. So there was supposed to have been a gun incident and a child endangerment situation in the environment that she's in. She's had bruises, but the government don't want me to have her for profit, so they don't care. I've made in a decade, maybe 40-something reports that have never surfaced. You just heard that report. So I get a certified letter from CPS. I go to the post office at my apartment complex. This is evidence that it's happening everywhere I'm at, even my own apartments, every environment. So I go to do the certified letter. They say that they lost it. Well, I'm sorry, from the CPS worker. Okay, so then I record it. Then they say, come back. They don't know I'm recording. I didn't hear it recording them, but they knew I was recording them. So they said they found it and come back. They got my information and number, and they said they found it and come back. So I came back. What was in it was brochures. They claim what they are committing crimes with mail. So the brochures could have been mailed regularly. It was like it had nothing related to the case. I was being taunted. So, but nonetheless, this is what happened at the post office.
What's the zip code?
75217.
75217. That is not my delivery.
I know. But they were committing the crime of sabotaging my mail. That's a felony. And I wasn't able. I called the police on the post
Two
office.
things you can do. You can go to my postal website at usps.com and file a mail theft complaint with the postal inspectors, and they will reach out to you. Or you can go to the actual postal facility and try to figure out what's going on with your mail so you can speak out with the letter carrier. But I would file a complaint for mail theft with the postal inspectors first, and then go to the actual postal service where you're having issues with, and talk with the manager or supervisor there to try to figure out what have them talk to the letter carrier that's assigned to the route. That way you can get a better understanding of what's going on. Maybe they can tell you.
Okay, so I'm reporting felony charges, felony crimes, and they're having me go on scavenger hunts to do a report. But some kind of way I'm at a post office, all these different post offices, and it's impossible for them to call the police. It's impossible for them to do a complaint.
They've had mail out for delivery for that address so they can tell you whether they've been delivering mail, if they received mail, whether it's been misdelivered or.
Well, I've been deprived. I believe I'm a targeted individual, and I've been deprived from mail a long time and have multiple false arrests.
Yes, ma'am.
So I've had supposedly places have, like the DA said that they sent me a letter that I didn't get, and internal affairs that I didn't get, and 2 employees couldn't find this letter from Child Protective Services prior. In addition to that, I went to Child Protective Services because other crimes are happening to me, and they wouldn't give me updates on the report. So if someone is causing all these problems in my life, they need the consequences. So I don't understand how someone can entice a post office to not to give me my mail, and why 2 employees can find this.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm glad it was retrieved.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so like I say, in regards to your mail delivery service.
So it was scavenger hunt. Nothing's ever repeatedly done. But what they were trying to do is the police department and the government is telling people to commit the crimes with the mail for cover up. So they did not want me, since the government is enforcing interference with child custody crimes and leaving my daughter in an abusive situation, they did not want me to get that mail to incriminate anyone. So I believe that they had them withhold the mail, which is a felony, and then played mind games and conned that these brochures was the mail, actual mail. But the only reason why they did that, because they said they lost it, is because I recorded the fact that they said that they lost it, but I didn't upload the video because they said they called me and told me they found it in the middle of my upload. When they told me they found it, I deleted the video of them, 2 employees looking for the letter and couldn't find it. So I got there, and then they escalated to a supervisor because I said that I wanted to report postal crimes, and that was the end of what you heard. And this is how they cut the data off repeatedly on my devices when they're being incriminated. And like I said, the police department, this is not easy for me to do because the police department would come out from nowhere and knock, and a lot of those times like they did in Addison, and then scammed that I was mentally ill, but I was recording, and then was infuriated, and then scammed an assault and arrest. And put the Red Roof in. I don't know if I said I need to slow down. It's kind of, this experience is traumatic. So it has actually caused a speech impediment and it affected the way that I communicate. And I'm working on it, being more calm. But nonetheless, so Red Roof Inn was enlisted in the conspiracy to slander me as a strategy to take my freedom and get me out the safety of that paid hotel room. They were furious at things I had done on my phone and came on their own. This is one of follow-up to the child abuse report.
Regarding my daughter?
Okay.
You never did get back with me with the resources. I believe that was over 10 days ago. And I haven't received a letter in the mail that told me what happened. And if she sent me text saying that she got hit with by someone, did you find out why she would have sent me those texts?
Ms. Clark, are you calling about the same investigation I said was completed and closed?
Right. I don't have any education on it. You've been withholding it. So I don't know why she would send me text saying that she was hit. And then you said that didn't happen. And later on, but at first she wouldn't tell me what happened, period. Then you say you did, but you really didn't. You were being dishonest. But I still haven't received the letter.
All right, Ms. Clark, so now you've already started this conversation being untruthful, and I'm not going to do this with you. When you want to be truthful, you can call me back. Thanks.
What are you're being dishonest, ma'am. Why would you
She hung
lie?
up. She hung up. So I called. So I went up there. I picketed out Simmons Freeway. I'm being taunted. Posted me at CPS clear cut stalking. This was terrifying. I've got police. These YouTubers are stalking me. Police. They're causing havoc. Do something, and I'm ignored. I was picketing that location for the lady you just heard. So I'm on another device. So I look at the images to know it gives me feedback on what's going on. And each avenue I take is being manipulated. That's a key part of me finding videos, these thumbnails. So it's hidden to make it more difficult for me to look for videos. So we got this right here, and it's making it blurry so you can't see it. And then we got this. So the police removed me when I was picketing, right? So when they removed me, I got on my bullhorn and I said, "You're criminals. I want you to go to jail." And then they got on their bullhorn to try to drown me out and then started following me. When I left, they demanded that I left and interrupted my picketing. But you can picket. I have a legal right to picket, but they wanted me to picket our property. So, because there's mandatory reporters at CPS. So they robbed me of my right of picketing, and then shortly after the picket, they set me up at Arlington CPS and took my freedom. The security tried to lie on me and say I assaulted her, but they realized I recorded them, and then they went to Plan B, entrapment, and arrested me on my way out. I think an ultimate plan as well was to interrupt my apartment and my car. It was paid off. I fixed, did some work in the environment, and they strategized to interrupt all my shelter and housing experiences. Still like this. Makes things hard. While I'm fighting on one end, they're fighting on the other end. And the tricky part is just repeatedly proving it.
I just wanted you guys to know what's happening since I've been going.
They wouldn't let me speak to the lady.
He's creating the alibi.
So I said I was calling the police on CPS. So I was calling the police on CPS for covering up for my daughter's abuse and their repeated crimes. So then 911 hung up on this is child abuse. So 911 hung up in my face, and then they turned it on me and said they were calling the police on me because I called the police on CPS.
Have to have reasoning behind giving me these criminal trespasses over and over again and abusing your power and covering up for criminal activity. So he didn't give me his name. He blatantly lied, ignoring the fact that CPS just committed crimes, disregarding.
So this is a form of someone that's controlling this is sadistic. I am at CPS reporting child abuse, repeatedly getting gaslit, psychological abuse, torment, and disregarded. You let this go on before COVID-19. Nonetheless, this is what they're doing.
What their job is, they're informed in advance to disregard, violate.
Your foot, close the door.
Why would you not want me to know your name?
I'm trying to talk to other people and get them to help me.
Can you tell me his name? They won't give me their names. I'm trying to report them. They're conspirators in crimes. The only reason why you withhold your name is if you're committing a crime. Can you get his name? I need their names. I'm reporting them.
They kept closing the door in my face.
I haven't done anything. Why are you getting loud? I need to know what's your name. What are your names?
You're the one being disruptive.
No,
do not open this door.
I'm trying
do not open this door. Look, get out the door.
What's
get
your name?
None of your business.
I want to report you.
Spell that. None of your
You're being
business.
disruptive.
Don't open this door.
What are you going to do? We're waiting on the police. Have the police really come so they can take responsibility for their own crimes. Are you one?
The police never came.
I want to know your names. You're committing a crime. What is your name?
They went up any names. They closed the door.
What's your name?
You're the one breaking the law.
Asking you your name is not breaking the law. You're getting disruptive and loud. What's your name?
I was tired of it.
I need to know your names.
Enforcing my child's abuse
What's
for
your
profit.
name? They're clearly committing crimes.
Look at all those people trying to enforce it.
Dropped off staff to violate. That people look like they were Secret Service.
Please don't touch the property, please. Thank you.
What's your name?
Thank you.
You're committing a crime, sir. What's your name?
Just for trying to report child abuse.
They will assault. They have done it repetitively and keep getting away with it. All at a domestic violence support group.
They really what they want to sit. They told me my son had a car accident and then wouldn't tell me anything about it. So it's deliberate psychological abuse to deliberately have the sociopath behavior to let me sit and marinate in an environment that my daughter is in abuse in. This is where I had to court case at the Northern District Court.
I'm trying to get in witness protection.
They gave me criminal trespases and
because I
scams,
can't
so I
get in
couldn't
witness
be there.
protection,
I
and the
told
government is
them this was a
enforcing
threat to national security.
I don't think you're in the right place for witness protection.
Well, where do I go to get witness protection?
That is not my.
Find out, because my life's in jeopardy.
Well, I can only deal with what I got going on right now.
911's on the line.
I called 911 on them.
Yes, Kiana Clark.
Because I went to the Department of Justice and I reported crimes, and then I went to the Northern District Court to report a threat of national security. This is all cover up. They're all scheming. And this big, huge conspiracy, which is I'm trying to expose, that you ignored, like I said, once again, before COVID. So CPS, all this madness is going on, all these different reports all over the place. They need to interrupt me from being in that federal building. And they're scamming any kind of possible way. So I was talking to the Department of Justice, and it got combative when I asked for witness protection. They don't want me protected, so they immediately removed me. And then when I was talking to the lady, I was being intimidated. 2 people were guarding me talking to this lady. So when I asked for witness protection, they immediately removed me, and they told me that wasn't the right building. And they're scheming another criminal trespass because they don't want me anywhere near the Northern District Court or any more of those government offices. So I called the police on them for their crimes, and once again, like what happened at CPS, they gaslight and slander me and said that someone called the police on me for creating a disturbance.
Do you have an ID, Ms. Clark?
I do.
Okay,
Hold on. Yeah, sir. Is there a particular reason why my abuse is being enforced? What's your name?
Every environment here, everywhere I'm at, they set up punishments for me reporting abuse. It's a strategy for to keep me from reporting harassment and all kind of other crimes. If you're psychologically abusive, that will deter her from making these reports.
I'm sorry, I'm Officer Glenn.
What's your badge number?
11.
Okay, there's child abuse involved.
Okay, what was your...
They're committing a crime. I'm reporting their crime.
Okay, what's the crime they're committing?
Okay, there's child abuse going on, and I'm a government witness, and I've been targeted for years. Okay. I have footage of multiple different government agencies.
What's the crime they're committing?
Are you covering up for tamper with evidence is a felony? If you came here to report crimes, these felonies are racking up. Are you covering up for crimes?
No, ma'am. I'm asking what crime they're committing.
Okay, so I informed them of child abuse. Not reporting suspected child abuse is a Class A misdemeanor and in some circumstances felony. I also reported
they're not the persons to...
No, as a government official, you're lying, sir.
Okay,
as a government official...
See your ID real fast, okay?
You giving me a criminal trespass to prevent me from having access to this building is a crime. I'm trying to get protected...
That's not the case.
Okay, it is a crime.
So I do need to see your ID real fast.
Why do you need to see my ID?
So we can get this situation going.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. Okay, so coming to give someone criminal trespasses that's targeted by the government fleeing for their life in a domestic violence situation, isn't that criminal?
No.
It is a crime.
No.
You have integrity issues. I need to speak with your supervisor, sir.
I can get
you're
a supervisor
criminal.
If you'd like to, but I also...
Yeah, because you're committing a crime. I don't want to speak with people that don't have integrity. Okay. You are disregarding child abuse. You're disregarding them by committing crimes, covering up for their crimes, which is criminal.
And then I will get a supervisor.
Okay, yeah, I have a case here, and I don't know why people keep trying to criminal trespass me at vital locations. That's a crime.
Ms. Clark, I just need to see your ID.
Okay, because
out here.
Yeah, let's see how they're all criminals. That's what they send out criminals. I just letting the felony stack up. See, hopefully they'll get their charges. These are crimes that they're committing. So I don't understand why child abuse, my son getting hit with a car, me being targeted by the government, hack phone, felony crimes are getting disregarded. What reason am I getting a criminal trespass?
1 second, I got a supervisor coming out here to talk to you.
If you came out here, you don't know why you came out here?
Well, I came out here for a criminal trespass.
Okay, so can you review the camera?
I was on the phone with 911.
Because this is criminal.
Reporting
to consistently give me criminal trespasses to enforce crimes is illegal. Okay, review the camera footage. Nothing has happened. Multiple different places.
So, criminal trespass offense is you've been told that you're no longer welcome here. And
You can't to give someone a criminal trespass to enforce criminal activity is against the law. Review the camera footage. I have a crime.
What are you saying the crime is?
To give someone repeatedly criminal trespasses to enforce your crimes is illegal. You're bypassing the fact that my son. You're bypassing the fact that my son got hit with a car for a criminal trespass.
Okay, when was your son hit with a car?
He was hit with a car in 2015 to 16. My daughter was strangled in 2018 and witnessed my foster arrest screaming. I'm giving you. This is why they're giving me a criminal trespass. You need evidence.
But I need to know, did you make reports back then for those officers?
Yes, the police covered for it. So I'm building up to now. I'm building up to now to let you see what the crime that they're committing. So you want to hold on? Yes, they're giving me a criminal trespass to enforce these crimes that I'm reporting is criminal. You're lying. You're tampering with evidence. That's a felony.
I am not tampering.
You are. You're depriving me. Here, let me give you my YouTube channel.
Okay,
That's not the
you already
evidence.
showed me. I looked up your YouTube channel already.
Okay, well, it's Kiana Clark Peace, Keyanna Clark Peace, targeting someone, violating them, police coming in schemes to keep me from being in witness protection is criminal.
So I'm fast forwarding it,
Cover up in criminal
and
activity,
it disappeared,
and the government
like
is
the other
refusing to
video, and then it just
report
came back
and
when I started
investigate my daughter's
recording.
child abuse. So
So
it's criminal.
police are coming from all different directions. And what they're doing, I didn't realize it at the time. They know how repeating my story over and over. First, it bores YouTubers, people that are watching YouTube. It was the same thing over and over. That's one strategy. Number two is traumatic. So you notice how they have multiple different people coming, and I didn't know what was going on. Let me tell it to my supervisor. It's deliberate for trauma. All these
When they
people
are
lie.
put in a corner to abide by the law, they just keep coming. Criminals just keep coming to enforce the criminal activity. Bullies that can force abuse.
Sorry, Cronin. You want to talk to the supervisor?
Yeah, I can't get law enforcement.
I've
I don't
talked
know
to
why the
4
government of the
people not
United States would
realizing their
deprive a
cons.
targeted individual of law enforcement and using. Hit my daughter, strangled her in schemes.
You no longer have official business
They
here,
have him
so
give
you're
me
not
criminal
welcome. I'm
trespass.
asking you to leave.
You're interfering.
I have a note
Tampering with evidence. I'm reporting child abuse to him. You lied and said that they were going to give me to use my daughter as bait. You lied, as you have been doing years.
Ms. Clark, right now.
Okay, you were talking about the child
They
abuse.
have done the criminal trespass warning. Okay, so this is the thing. Either you leave voluntarily, or we
You
have to
are
take you to
committing
jail
a
for
crime by
criminal
giving me a
trespass.
criminal trespass to interrupt me reporting child abuse is a crime.
Ma'am,
This is what they've done for years.
You're currently criminal.
Well, I'm
trespassing
reporting
because
child
you've
abuse. You're
been
committing a
asked to
crime. No, I'm reporting child abuse. I'm
Ms.
going to
Clark,
report my daughter's
this
abuse.
is where we're at right now.
No,
okay?
you're committing. I want to report child abuse. You've been doing it years. Let me report my daughter's abuse. She is hate. She witnessed you arrested me in terror. Let me report my child's abuse. You have done this years. Please let me report my daughter's abuse.
Ms. Clark, I've asked you several
never
times
happened.
what abuse is happening, and you haven't answered.
Never happened. Okay, well, it took a while, and I did nothing.